You see, the issue here is pointing to the sin of self-sufficiency. It's a call for us to live by the light of the world, the servant, the Lord Jesus, and not to light our own fires. That's the call. The sin of self-sufficiency. And by the way, self-sufficiency goes in two directions, not just one. Self-sufficiency can go in the direction of fear, where you're driven by fear so much that you can't think of anything beyond your own immediate needs. And so, when the crisis comes, nobody else matters. Our self-sufficiency can look like a bravado. You're okay. Who's worried about anything in this kind of situation? It can look like precautions. Psh, this is fine. I trust in the Lord. Don't worry about it. Both of those are forms of self-sufficiency. You see, our trust in God does not lead us to say, well, who cares? We know every day things are at stake. And we have a soberness about life. And we know it's a world of difficulty. And so, self-sufficiency says, who cares? I'll worry about myself. I'll do what I want to do. No, self-sufficiency says, oh my word, in a moment like that, I can't care about anybody but myself. Both of those are condemned. Those are both your own light. You see, God calls us not just simply to not worry about what's out there, whether it be in fear or some sort of bravado, but He calls us to love even our enemies. He calls us to love our neighbor. He calls us to love one another. He calls us to have a perspective that puts Him first and then others next. And that means that if we're going to honor Him in this world, we make all kinds of decisions that are marked by a wisdom and by a certain cautiousness. Not a self-centered cautiousness, but one that's rooted into not tempting God.